Hey guys, it's Hannah. Today we're going to be talking all about 2023 kitchen design trends. It's kind of a weird time to think about a kitchen makeover or a big renovation because we're kind of in the middle of a recession and inflation's really high. So I want to give you a lot of tips on how you can DIY things, but also if you're just looking for small ways to update your kitchen to be more on trend, let's talk about those too. First one that's gonna make the biggest impact in your space is your kitchen cabinet color. So for the past few years, we've seen white kitchen, white walls, white tiles, white marble, white island. That trend is just moving right on out, and we're gonna see a lot more mixture of warm colors, less darkness, and just something that's a lot more cozy and inviting to the home. If you're looking to renovate your kitchen and you wanna have brighter cabinets, you can go for a really nice creamy beige. So these are colors that are still gonna make your kitchen look really nice and bright, but they don't have that stark kind of like hospital feeling of a kitchen, because your kitchen should never feel like a hospital. And these beige cabinets are really beautiful because they go with a lot of different types of accessories and wood tones as well. Now, if you're looking to give your kitchen a bigger punch of color, let's talk about two really popular colors, black and green. So black is gonna continue to be very, very popular, and it doesn't have to be masculine. A lot of people think of black as like a masculine color, but you can definitely add in some nice warm gold tones in either your faucet or your handles and make it just a lot more warm. Green cabinets are gonna continue to be popular. They've been really popular in the past couple years, and I think green is that kind of color that everyone really likes because it has a lot of earth tones, it's really grounded, and there's so many different shades of green that you could go for. If you've been looking around and noticing that wood is coming back in a big way for kitchen cabinets, you are right. So wood tones are going to be really popular in 2023 for wood cabinets, but we're not talking about those kind of really dark cabinets that were in style, let's say 15 or 12 years ago. These are going to be more mid-tone cabinets. So you want something that's going to be nice and warm. You don't want any yellow or red undertones, just like a mid-tone. Two-tone kitchens are out. So if you are really in love with that style where you have like one color on top of the cabinets and one at the bottom cabinets, or your island is a different color, reconsider that because that trend is moving right on. And if you want to update your kitchen and you don't have a huge budget, you can always paint your cabinets. Painting kitchen cabinets is such an easy budget way to totally transform your kitchen without spending a lot of money. You don't even need to be an expert in DIY, and you don't even need any power tools. If you're looking to do a major renovation, you're probably gonna be changing your door profile. And so in the last couple of years, we saw like very modern, stark door profiles, which literally was just a blank piece of wood. There was no type of profiling on it at all. We're gonna be moving away from that, but we're not going to those really traditional kitchens that we saw, you know, like in the 90s. So we're going for something more in the style in the middle, which is like a shaker style door. So that's where you have a bit of trim around the outside, and this is nice visually. It gives you a little bit to look at, but it's not really heavy. Another way to break up the cabinets in your kitchen is to have a glass panel door. So either reeded glass or clear glass, and this can be really beautiful. You can have a backlight in there to give some more character and dimension to that. And inside you want to keep it really minimal, right? Just a few really nice display pieces. I really love floating shelves. I think that sometimes you walk into a kitchen and you're like, wow, this is a lot of really heavy cabinets. And having a floating shelf is a nice way to lighten up that space and just visually let yourself breathe in there. And right now, if you're looking at your kitchen, you're like, yes, I have a ton of cabinets. What you can do is just remove one side of cabinets and add floating shelves in there. Now, wood shelves have been really popular the past few years. Now we're starting to see a lot more marble shelves as well. So you have a lot of different choice in what you want to integrate into your kitchen. And if you're going for a wood shelf, consider also adding a brass rail around it. This is a really nice small detail, but it's really these small details that make your kitchen look a lot more designer and a lot more high-end. Now let's talk about this huge trend. Now this is really gonna be taking over the kitchen design scene for 2023, and that is marbled backsplashes and marbled countertops. And I'm talking about a lot more stronger and darker veining. So usually what you're gonna see is like a white or a cream with a very dark gray or black, or vice versa, a black kind of marble with some white veining. And this is gonna be really popular for backsplashes, for countertops. And I know you might think like this is gonna be really expensive. So if you're doing a budget renovation, think about doing an epoxy countertop that looks like a marble. This is a great way that you can just DIY your way to make it look like a very high-end designer project. So this is literally like paint and an epoxy kit that makes it look like a real marble. If you're looking at this and you're like, this is a bit too much for me, I need something a bit more soft. Okay, what we're gonna see for tile design for backsplashes is a lot of more organic shapes. So what you wanna think about is still, rectangular square tiles, but the shape is a lot more soft. So I know we all have subway tiles in our house somewhere. Come on, we've all got them. Now we're gonna move away from those really crisp lines of the subway tile, and we're moving towards these more organic tile shapes. And what's great about these is they're actually a lot easier to DIY because you don't need any spacers. You literally just stack these right up on top of each other, and then you apply a similar colored grout. The trend of large islands is going to continue. It's not going anywhere. And the reason why people love these is they are just so functional. If you've got a family of 4 or 5, you know how busy the mornings are getting everyone out the door to work and school. And having an island is a really functional way to keep your family in the kitchen, feed them all really quickly, throw the dishes in the dishwasher, and then head out the door. And also a kitchen island is really great for entertaining, right? So we don't have to think about having a really formal space. You put the snacks out onto the island, everyone floats around, and it's really nice for mingling. The kitchen is the home of the heart, right? Everyone gathers in the kitchen. We love to eat there. We love to entertain there. We love to cook together. And this is why kitchen design is so important. It really impacts the way that your family can function. If you're doing a large island, make sure you add a waterfall to the countertop. I wish we had done this in my home. It's not a lot more in terms of expense, but it adds so much more to your house by making it look a lot more high-end and designer, because it really closes off the island. And instead of having that cabinet color there, you have the continuation of the countertop. Panel-ready appliances are gonna be so popular in 2023. They start to become a lot more popular, and a panel-ready appliance is basically like when you walk into a kitchen, you're gonna be like, where's the fridge? Where's your freezer? Yeah, you can't even tell because everything looks like the panels of the cabinets. Now this is really great functionally because you don't have to clean all your kids' fingerprints off them. I'm forever cleaning stainless steel. But also it just looks great visually because you get that continuous line of all the cabinets looking the exact same. Now, if you're gonna go for a panel-ready appliance, if you want this look, these are actually different appliances. They're not the same kind of fridge you would just buy. You have to make sure you buy a panel-ready fridge or a panel-ready freezer to make sure that you are able to attach the door. So you would work with your cabinet company to make sure that they're sizing it to the size of the fridge. To reduce the amount of clutter in your kitchen visually, consider an appliance garage. And this is fantastic, whether it's a garage door that comes down or it's doors that open up, but it's basically on your countertop and there's a plug in the back and you can open up the doors and you see, a blender there, a toaster, a coffee maker. And this is just great because you can close it after and you don't see all these small little things on the counter that you would normally see if you just, didn't have that appliance garage. It's one of the things that I really wish that I had in my home. Did you know that your kitchen exhaust fan can be a design feature? Yeah, do you remember when we used to actually just stick our hood into a cabinet and then close the door and you would never even see it? Well, we've come a long way from that, where now kitchen design has really integrated the shape of the hood. So if you're looking for one way to update your kitchen, I would really recommend that you do this. It's not as hard as you think. You remove the cabinet, and then there's companies that actually design kitchen hood kits. They'll send you the parts that you need to assemble, vinyl, and then you can either have plaster over it or drywalling. And this is just a really beautiful way to add more shapes into your kitchen as well. Because think about all the squares and rectangles that you have in there, right? You got your cabinets, you got your fridge, like everything is really, really linear, but this is a way you can add a little bit more of a curved shape into your kitchen. Remember when you always had tiles in your kitchen? When I was growing up, it was like a huge faux pas to have any type of wood flooring in your kitchen. Well, the great news is wood flooring has come such a long way that you should definitely consider a wood flooring in your kitchen. And the reason why this is so important is that it keeps the entire flow of your main level. So if you think about your main level, you probably have some type of wood flooring in your dining room, in your family room, and then you want to break it off with tiles in the kitchen? No. Kitchen flooring has come such a long way where it's really durable in terms of water resistant and heat resistant. I've actually had laminate flooring in my kitchen for 5 years since we moved into our home, and it has held up beautifully. It's held up exactly the same as it has anywhere in my home, even though it's exposed to a lot more wear and tear, like, you know, water spilling on it, food, crumbs, whatever it is, you name it, but it still looks the same as the other flooring in my house, which is beautiful. One way you can add character into your home is by having an open display of shelving. So this is where we either integrate some type of plate shelf, or you can have your cookbooks there if you love to cook, or even like a small cabinet for your spices, right? Like having that open display of things that are really cute and add character is a great way to bring more warmth into your kitchen, right? We want people to walk into our kitchen, and we want our kitchen to feel like it's the center of our home. So we really need to add our personality there. And these are projects you can definitely DIY. Like, you don't have to have a ton of budget. You can even get the hardware store to cut a bunch of these pieces of wood for you. And I think they're just so beautiful. Like, my favorite thing about DIY is that you can create a home that you love on any budget. And so these are projects that you can definitely do on your own budget, and you can add your own style into it. So maybe this is not the year for your major kitchen renovation, but you could add something like this that really updates your space in a big way. The good news about your faucet is that the black matte faucet will continue to be popular, but we're also seeing a lot of very rich gold and silver polished tones in the kitchen. So this is more of a return to like a more classical shape where you'll see a more arched kind of faucet with dual handles. And this is just really beautiful, and it looks more like an antique. And I think that's really nice if you're going for more of a transitional kitchen style. It's also going to continue to be really popular for your kitchen cabinetry, like your hardware, your poles. And also think about adding a nice gold rail into your kitchen if you're having these types of gold elements in your kitchen. If you enjoyed these 2023 kitchen design trends, make sure you like this video. I've also got an interior design trend video if you're looking for more general trends. And I'll see you next time on for more budget DIYs.